Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. So glad you're here because we have a fun show here for your Thursday. Scotty G joins us. He was live from Nashville, Tennessee, and we take your calls over the next hour. And we got some great calls because we had some stuff to talk about during this show. First of all, I had to bring up the topic of these POV videos that Disney's posting about Tiana's Bayou Adventure. These spoiler, not free, spoiler full videos that if you're trying to stay spoiler free like I am for this experience, I don't want to see it before I get to ride this new attraction. Man, Disney over the past week has just been putting these things out left and right. How do you feel about that? So we talked about that. Also, I'm about 30 days out from our Disney cruise, which I have been looking forward to for about the last 18 months. What do you do when you're like a month out from your big Disney trip, whether it's Disneyland, Walt Disney World, a cruise, when you're looking forward to your next trip? Scott talks about it because he's about 19, 20 days away from a 2-week trip over to Europe. I'm about 30 days out. You can't pack yet. You can't do a lot of stuff, but you're just kind of sitting and waiting. Like, what do you do at this point? That's all I can think about is my cruise. But what do you do to kill the time leading up to your Disney vacation when everything else is kind of ready to go? We talk about that also. Troy, one of our great listeners, calls in. He bought DVC, and he's been talking about it on the Discord for about the last 48 hours, and bam, welcome home. He's there. This and and many other topics on today's show. Don't forget our podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. Please use our agency, no additional cost to you, and it benefits the show over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And also please support the show on Patreon, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP open line for Sunday night, June 2nd, 2024. I almost forgot the year. I'm Mike Rallman, host of the Be Our Guest podcast, here with my co-host, who is on location tonight. He is apparently one of the co-hosts of the Country Music Awards, doing a little dry run down there, scouting out the locations, picking up his guitar in his cowboy boots. Not ever happening. If you saw him in the Discord this week, this is not his style, but he's there for work and he's not missing a show, which we appreciate. It's your friend and mine, hashtag Scotty G from Must See Adventures. New blog coming out, I believe, imminently. I believe tonight. What's up, Scotty G?
Hey, Mike, happy to be here. I have a delay on the live feed, so I'm sorry about that. So my voice won't show.
No, it's a special effects. Special effects.
We're from a hotel, so the internet might not be the best here. But yeah, I'm in Nashville, specifically Franklin, which is right outside of Nashville. But as you said, man, we missed our traditional show last week, and I told you there's no way we're going to miss 2 in a row. So happy to be here tonight and take some calls. I know you have a topic you want to talk about. You haven't even told me what it is, so I'm excited to hear about it. And then, of course, take some calls from our favorite listeners.
That's right. So we're going to have the calls at 407-413-9395. Again, that's 407-413-9395. We'll take the calls here in just a second, so hang tight on that. 2 things I want to bring to the table tonight that I want you to talk to me about. First of all, Scott, I got to get your opinion on this and our callers tonight. We're all excited for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, correct? Are we super excited for this?
I'm super excited.
Okay. You and I think, are on the same page, though, as far as philosophically with new attractions. We try to avoid spoilers before we get to actually experience an attraction, right?
Absolutely.
You not do that? I do.
Yeah, I try to avoid spoilers at all means, especially if I know I have a trip coming up really soon. There's I want to experience it with my own eyes and not watch a video on it.
Right. Okay. And so this is the first time I can remember this happening. Disney's hitting us left and right. I mean, I feel like I am in a boxing ring with Tyson. It is prime, right? I'm like Jake Paul that was supposed to fight the guy, but Tyson got sick on a plane or something my wife was telling me about. I feel like, I'm the punching bag. And every time I go on social media, Disney's hitting me with these videos that I'm like, I'm constantly like dodging because I have avoided it, but I am having to work to not, and that's why I haven't posted anything in the Discord. Cause I always post links there from like Scott Gustin and all that stuff. I haven't posted in the Discord because I'm scared I'll spoil somebody else if I do, because I don't want to spoil myself, because I want to have the experience for myself. But they posted an entire point of view, like full ride, because I saw the text. I didn't watch the video.
Right.
That's crazy. I don't remember them ever doing that for a new attraction.
Never. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, why they're doing that. But I'm the same boat as you. Like, I actually did get spoiled because it was like a reel from like the singer songwriter for like the finale. Not that I'm not trying to spoil that either. Like, we're trying to be spoiler free here, but like that just popped up on my feed, Mike. And I was like, oh, what is this? And then boom, it's like right in my face. I'm like, no. I gotta turn this off. But
it's crazy.
And that was okay. I mean, that you would expect, right? Like, he's not really like, I mean, he wrote a song for the ride, but like he's not like a Disney employee. But just to see the Disney Parks blog in general just share a ride through, like, holy smokes, I've never heard of them doing that before. I thought that was kind of wild. But maybe, sorry, I know I'm talking a lot here, but maybe they just want to get in front of the vloggers, right? And there's going to be so many.
Yeah,
and you're thinking.
Yeah, well, that's what Jason's saying here in the comments. He's on Facebook. Jason Miller saying, yeah, they're trying to get ahead of the vloggers, which is exactly probably.
I didn't even see the comment. Yeah, I agree with that. Obviously,
that's probably exactly what is happening, because it's going to be spoiled within 5 minutes of any kind of media, any kind of preview. Right, the first ride, they're going to do that. But holy cow! Like, I guess times have changed. I don't know, because with like Rise of the biggest ride I can remember, to compare this to is Rise of Resistance. And I stayed spoiler free on that one because I didn't go to the media previews or anything like that. I did. And I was so wowed, and I'm so glad that I did when I went into the attraction for the first time. And I know this was going to be different because I was on Splash Mountain and it's the same track. And I mean, it's got a different story. And I mean, I have seen, you can't miss, like, I've seen what it looks like on the exterior from standing on that like bridge as you go from Pecos Bills and stuff. It looks amazing. I've seen the logs come out, and stuff, but man, I don't want to watch the entire, 12-minute ride, like in a video. And I know a lot of people have, and that's your choice, but I'm just that kind of person. Like, it won't be as special if I've watched a video. I don't know. But man, you do have to work.
My goal is, though, like, most likely my next trip won't be till Thanksgiving. And man, that's a long time for me to like not know what's happening with that ride. And I know you did that with Rise, right?
Right. I mean, I'm not going till Marathon.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
And as heavily involved as you and I are in social media, you got the Discord, like, it's going to be hard to avoid it for that long, I feel like. But like Disney is not doing us any favors, because boom, the previews don't start for like another week at least, and boom, they're already throwing it out there. Like, I don't know if that's if the resort volume is low right now, like the stays are low, if they're trying to bump up some some visitors, like, hey, like, check this out, you can experience this coming up. Maybe that's why they're trying to do it, is to promote it better. I don't know.
That's probably exactly it, right? I mean, they're probably like, let's see, like, what's the greater benefit? Is it okay to spoil like the hardcore fans, and like a big deal if like people like Mike get spoiled because you're just, it's Steve in Kansas that's a casual person who doesn't even know anything about the Magic Kingdom. They think Walt Disney World is Magic Kingdom or whatever. They just see this ride and like, oh, I remember that movie from 10, 15 years ago. That ride looks amazing. Let's go ride that ride, and forget the hardcore people, which, I mean, I get it, because the hardcore people are 2% and the norms are 98%.
And you're probably like me, where the ride throughs, I love them. I love that the vloggers go out there and do it, because it's for me, like, when I'm missing it, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I haven't been in a few months. Let's go watch a ride through of Tiana's. Like, I love that they put that content out there. I just don't want it before I experience it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind it like afterwards. I mean, right now, once the ride opens and I've had the opportunity to ride it, then it's kind of more fair game. But I mean, like right now, like I haven't had the chance. It's not for any kind of preview or anything. Man, it's just, I felt like it was, for like 36 hours, I felt like it was everywhere. Because I mean, we all have the same feeds, right? I mean, we're all following like all Disney content, and like that's all our algorithms feed us. I mean, it was just like no, like I almost got a blister on my thumb. I'm trying to scroll past stuff so fast. It was crazy. I was like, no, stop, but that was my big
Yeah.
thing.
It looks pretty though. I'll
Oh,
tell you.
it looks gorgeous. Oh my
I love
gosh.
the sign. I love yeah, just everything about it looks great. And the couple seconds that I saw that I was like, oh no. Yeah, that looked good.
It did. Wendy says, sometimes I like to know what to expect so I don't miss anything since I only get one shot to ride it and then I'm not going back for a while. So that's a good perspective.
Yeah, or like your kids, right? Like you don't know, like, is it going to be too scary for my kids or something like that? So I think it is good to watch ahead of time for that. So I mean, it's a good thing. Everyone has their own reasons why they want to watch or not watch, but I'm on team. Like I don't want to get spoiled. I want to live that environment for the first time when I'm actually physically there. You know,
I'm right with you there. And Don, shout out to Don. He's tuned in from Hawaii right now. So,
Don.
God, we got people. You're in Nashville. We got folks going to dinner and homecoming. He's in Hawaii. You guys are living the life. I love this. And Julie over on Instagram says, I started watching one and then stopped. I want to be surprised as well. So I've been avoiding the videos. Yeah, I mean, it's a philosophical thing, right? And I think it also depends on, are you going in July? I'd totally not be watching them if I'm going in July. But like, I don't know. That's the whole thing is my next planned trip to Walt Disney World, marathon weekend. But I mean, will I go in August? Maybe. I mean, you just don't know. The opportunity could pop up, and then I'd be like, oh, dang, I shouldn't watch that video. Because the thing is, if you watch it, you can't go back, so I'm just trying to hold off as long as I can. So what did you have to bring to this? You said you had something you want to bring up.
I was just going to bring up Friday's episode was a lot of fun. Last week's episode with you, me, and Pam talking about the deluxe, one positive, one negative. In the moment, I knew we were leaving one off the table, but we're already like approaching like an hour. So I wanted to bring up the one that we missed and maybe we just quick chat about, and that was the Riviera Resort, which we did miss. And a positive for me, I will say, I think we both kind of agreed on it. Those rooms are spectacular. Like I love the layout of the rooms. I love the art in those rooms. And whether you have a standard view, a Skyliner view, or whatever, I think those are just really gorgeous rooms. So that's a positive for me.
And they have, kind of different types of rooms that you can't get anywhere else, like the Tower Studio, those corners that are just I mean, they're almost like the marriage of a stateroom on a cruise ship and a hotel room. Very unique.
Absolutely right. So I think that's kind of what you were thinking for a positive, or do you have another positive that you wanted to throw out there?
Yeah, if one word, smell. The Riviera has good smell.
Oh, yeah. It does have a good smell. and as we were doing that episode, like, because we're a very positive show, right? We're very positive people. So it's weird to like say a negative, but I would put it as constructive criticism, not a negative. And mine for the Riviera, and I said it in the Discord, obvious one for me is the gift shop. Like I love shopping, but that is like the smallest footprint for any gift shop, I swear. The merchandise is great, but like I just want more of it. I just want it to be bigger. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
No, because I couldn't come up with it because it's got a great location. Like that whole corner there with Caribbean Beach, Riviera, Pop Century, that's a great spot. It's easy to get to the parks there. Skyliner access, the rooms are great. It's new. I mean, there aren't a lot of negatives, but you're right. That gift shop is, especially for a hotel that's like a big tower hotel. I mean, it's got a ton of people there. It's so small. It's like, so small. It's almost like the boardwalk had that little corner gift shop too. Remember? I think they turned it into like a coffee shop now.
Yeah. And I just remembered in the early days of the pandemic, when you were, social distancing and
you can't in there. 2 people.
Only like, it was like only 2 to 3 people were allowed in the shop at a time. And I tell you, Mike, when I go in there, I love the art kiosk. So I would spend like 5-10 minutes like customizing art. And I'm like, the poor people waiting in line are just like, well, that guy just leave the kiosk. I want to go in.
This dude likes his art. I'm just saying. And his house looks awesome for it. So, okay, last thing. Why is the Cardinals game not? Oh, I'm on the wrong channel. Because Cardinals just hit a home run. I'm like, it's not even showing on TV.
I know. I know that view that you're at right now. I know the view of the TV.
You get it now because I'm on the wrong. I'm on MLB Network. I should be on ESPN.
I've been in that chair.
There you go. I got everything going on here. It's like master control. Okay, so the other thing I want to bring up, and you and I are in the same boat because you're ahead of me for your next vacation. Even though you're not going to Disney, you're going on a big trip here in the next few weeks. So I just got the all clear to sail by Disney Cruise Line this morning, right? Last week, we did the whole thing where a lot of folks have been on their Disney cruises, right? You do the thing 38 days before or 30 days before where you got to take your pictures of your passports, or in our case, our birth certificates, and you got to upload a mug shot for your, your ID and all that stuff. And then like everything says pending, right? And so you get nervous. You really don't need to, but you're like, oh God, please pass. This morning we got all green checks. We got the email. You're good to cruise. Bring your stuff. You're set to sail, right? So we're 32 days away from leaving on vacation. And this is just, I talked about this on Mike in the Midwest today on the Patreon show. Like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm losing my mind right now because I'm so ready to go, but there's nothing more to do. Like, I've bought little knickknacks on Amazon. Like, I bought a pop socket wallet so that I can take like my ID and my one credit card. And I bought like a phone, external phone charger that was like really cheap on sale. Like, I'm getting all the knickknacks, but it's too soon to pack. I've got like all my documents. Like, I'm in this limbo. I've watched every vlog of the Disney Cruise Line, every Eastern sailing, so I can know about the ports. I've exhausted YouTube. Like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I feel like I'm going to lose my mind over the next 4 weeks. Where are you sitting with that? Because I know you have like way new adventures. You're going to a new continent, new cruise line. Like, are you not just dying right now? Because like you're so close, but it feels so far away still.
Mike, I am freaking out. Like, 'cause I worry about packing because we're going to be gone. It's funny. Like, so 2 days ago is the day of this recording. We were 19 days out to our trip, which we leave on June 19th for a 19-day trip. It was like, I'm a numbers guy. So I just found that funny. A lot of 19s there.
That was.
So yeah, I'm 17 days away from a 19-day trip, and I have no idea how to pack because we're going to see all the seasons because we're going to Norway. So it's going to be cold in Norway, and it's going to be hot in France and Spain. I don't want to bring 15 suitcases, so because we're going to be in a stateroom on a cruise for 14 days. So, Mike, that's the word. I'm freaking out. It's funny. Like, I somewhat jokingly said to Elizabeth, I'm still somewhat serious. Like, I might just like donate or throw clothes away while I'm on that ship.
Just disposable clothes.
Yeah, I might, because like I'm going to need room because I'm going to want to buy stuff, right? I'm going to want to bring back souvenirs. I got to bring something back from my boy from Norway,
Just a pair of, like, Vikings. We're the Vikings, dude. I need something with horns.
Or at least a Disneyland Paris thing, right? I mean, you have that beautiful setup behind you right now. We need a Disneyland Paris little thing on there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm just like freaking out. I might have, because you know me, you're the same way. We pack like for like the night before a trip, right?
Yep.
I don't know why we wait till the last minute, but we do it. I know you do it. I'm seriously considering doing like a practice packing session where I just like try to like outline it like 2 weeks in advance, which I've never done before, but I think I need to because I want to just, I need to maximize the space and just be creative on what I'm doing. And normally I would do laundry, right, Mike? This is a downside that I've learned from Royal Caribbean, which is the cruise line we're going to sail. I know I'm loyal to Disney. I feel like I'm cheating on Disney Cruise Line a little bit. Okay. I love Disney Cruise Line, but we're trying a new one. Mike, there's no self-laundry on Royal Caribbean. Did you know that?
I did not know that because, I mean, I haven't sailed them since the second podcast cruise.
No self-laundry. I'm going to be on that ship for 14 days for 2 different cruises. We're doing it back to back. Like, I need to do laundry.
You're going to have to buck up and have them do your laundry like a baller.
So that's what I'm going to have to do. They have like a little bag that's like $35.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll probably be like one pair of jeans, But another thing I'm freaking about, like, oh man, I know we had so much fun doing this on the fantasy. I don't know if you're going to do it or not because you're not going to have your sidekick with you. But like, there's formal nights.
Yeah, I'm not doing it because you're not gonna be there. No tuxedo this time.
I know. No. Like, I loved when we did the tuxes, but like, should I? I mean, I've gained some weight, in a while, so like my suit doesn't fit me as much. Should I buy a couple new suits? Like, I don't know. Like, do I want that? Because I don't wear a suit to work anymore. I don't have to like ever dress up for anything. So it's like, I don't know. Like, all these questions are running through my brain, and I'm running out of time, Mike. I am running out of time. I need to figure it out quick.
So see, maybe you're the opposite of me because like you're like saying you're running out of time, and I feel like it feels like it's gonna be a year between now and July 5th when we leave. Like,
you'll get there though. Once you're at like where I am, like 17, 14 days, somewhere in there, like 2 weeks, you might start figuring out. The good thing is like for you, like you're going to the Caribbean, it's going to be hot. Like, you're packing shorts, you're packing t-shirts, things like that.
Only 8 days. Like, it's a short trip for us, honestly.
Yeah. Where I'm like, I need to bring my entire closet. I need to worry about like power converters because things are different in London versus France. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many things. All the logistics of like car shuttle services to the port, Brightline, Eurostars to Paris. Like I got all these things I got to worry about.
You read about our good buddy Dennis, right? Dude, don't get on the wrong taxi in Spain. I'm just saying, dude.
I know.
He's an outlaw, apparently. I love Dennis, but dude, don't get it. I'm worried about you, bro. Don't get in the wrong taxi going to the port.
Luckily for me, at least for when we're in Spain, Elizabeth and Emily, like especially Emily, just speak like really great Spanish.
You're gonna find out.
But poor Dennis, like no one spoke the language.
And he's in Texas. I would think he could speak a little. You know, like I mean, more than Michigan. I'm just saying. Oh my gosh, it gave me when I read that on Sunday morning, I almost had a heart attack for Dennis. Oh, stories.
So it's weird emotions, right? I'm super excited. I mean, this is like an epic trip for us, right? I mean, you know the details. Like this is going to be a awesome trip, and yet I'm like freaking out because work is busy. I'm here in Nashville, you know, like we got a lot of stuff going on at work. And then, I mean, the days are just ticking by so fast where you're the opposite. Where you're like, I just want the days to go by faster. I just want to get here.
You know? Same. Because the girls are now both out of school, so they're home. So we're just like, oh, man. Yeah. And by the way, because we're taking the calls, this is it. We're done. But so Mallory, for getting her good grades this year, right? She got her 4.0 for the year. And so she, you know what she wanted? I mean, she's 16. She wanted, and her friends are all getting these. And I don't know if this is a thing around the country.
Did we talk about this last week in O'Fallon?
Did we? I think we did. Yeah, we did. We did at dinner. She got it. Yeah. We got it. It came today. A stupid digital camera. And it looks like the one we had in the 90s. It's like, it is a for real. Like we had to put the memory card in it and like it's got a charger. It is exactly like the one we had like when we got married, like probably 20 years ago. It's pink. I mean, but it's a digital camera with a memory card. She's all excited. She's bringing on the cruise.
I mean, that's cool, but like, I think she's going to get better photos from her iPhone.
You think? And you got to transfer those things over. You can't share them. Oh my gosh, but whatever. So that's a thing, apparently. Okay. I don't know if anybody else does
Mallory,
that,
though. That's awesome.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, again, smart, but common sense.
But Emily said the same thing, though. She said that that's like a trend, right?
Apparently, I don't know why, but I guess it.
I don't know either. Like, luckily, I have Emily to keep me hip with all these trends, but I did not know like point and shoot digital cameras were like a thing right
I didn't even know they made them anymore. Like, I don't know why they make them anymore because they're not necessary. I mean, like, are people going to bring like real Walkmans with cassettes? I mean, that's next, I guess. Anyway, and Tracy Lynn, it says, my daughter thought the new Polaroid was cool. I mean, they make them? What? Okay, anyway, I'm getting sounding too old. 407-413-9395. We've given you topics that you can sound off. What do you do 30 days before your trip when you're headed to Walt Disney World? And Wendy over on Instagram, Scott, she says she is very type A and she does practice packing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do it because I don't want to bring like 5 or 6 suitcases because, I mean, I just don't, because Europe, like the hotel rooms, the staterooms, as you know, on a cruise are very small. Like, I don't want to just have like luggage just stacked to the ceiling. You know what I mean? So definitely need to be creative and do some, it seems weird, but yeah, we're going to practice packing, I think. I never have done that before. It sounds really weird to say.
All right. 407-413-9395. We have our first call of the night. Hey, who's joining us?
Mike, how you doing? Scotty, how you doing? It's Troy Fergus down in Florida.
Hey, Troy. Good to hear from you.
I am going to rename you DVC on the prowl, Troy, because I know you are working every angle trying to get in Old Key West.
I am. That's a good call. I was calling because Scotty G, based on your recommendation, Christina and I are now owners there with you at Old Key West.
Oh, hang on.
Wait. I hit the wrong that's button. Not a sad trombone, Mike.
The wrong button. Hang
on. Yes, standing ovation.
That's it.
So you've done it? Like it's done, Troy? Like you guys are Old Key West owners now?
It's done. I got the email today, so I can go ahead and book for Marathon Weekend tonight.
I love it.
This guy is. I love you because you are so into. You want to make sure you had that room for Marathon Weekend, so you made sure you made that contract. So you got. I love it. I love our listeners because we are definitely we're dedicated to the cause. That's what I can say.
I'll tell you what, I got a lot of great advice from the clubhouse on DVC. I did so much research. I got spreadsheets. Christina, she's like, "What are you?" I've got spreadsheets all over the place. This amount versus that amount, direct debit, resale versus direct, and went around all these different angles. And we ended up going with direct, just because we wanted the extra perks for our initial contract. And I got a feeling that add-onitis might bite me before too long, and we may add some more points on from resale. But I wanted to get my foot in the door direct, and Scotty G talks so much about how great he likes staying over at Old Key West for the race weekends, since the buses, as you say, are pretty much parked out back there. So, we made the plunge, and we're looking forward to our first day there for Marathon Weekend.
Well, I'm glad to officially congratulate you to the club, Troy. Like, you will not be disappointed because I think you stayed there, right? Recently, like, didn't you do a Marathon Weekend or a Run Disney Weekend at Old Key West? Is that right?
We visited. We go to Olivia's frequently, but we've never actually stayed there on property.
Okay.
We've stayed at Caribbean and we stayed at the Orleans sites, but never at Old Key West. So looking forward to it. Those big 1 bedrooms, they don't make them that big anymore. I love those 1 bedrooms over there.
Hey, July 5th, I'm staying at Old Key West the night before my cruise, and I'm telling you what, I could not be more excited to be in that accommodation pre-cruise. I'm so pumped.
I mean, those are the OG 1 bedrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, for Run Disney, I think it's perfect because honestly, Troy, so back in the day, so there's this like little road that's right by Old Key West, and it's right outside where the corrals start for the half and the full marathon. Well, how they used to do it, at least, actually, because they changed it for this last marathon, didn't they? But anyway, people used to just cross through these woods, and
they did.
So they wouldn't even go to the holding area. They would go straight from Old Key West to the corrals.
Right.
Like, they would just cross over these woods. It was nuts. That's how close you are, and that's where the buses are stationed after the race. I swear. I get on the bus and it's a 2-minute ride to Old Key West, and I just love that because I just want to get home and shower. So
that is awesome. So we're looking forward to it. So I'm waiting tonight. I'm gonna go in and book my Marathon Weekend with my first welcome home package, so I can get the dates and get the rooms that I want. Because they keep a little inventory back, because obviously I've already passed my 11-month window because it's it's June now, but they got a little extra inventory for newbies, I guess. So I can play that card and get those rooms and those dates that I want for Marathon, hopefully. And then I'm going to turn around and book something somewhere in a studio for my birthday in September, go over there and have a little celebration. Because now, I got those points. It's like money burning a hole in your pocket. I want to go over there and stay at a DVC resort as a member.
It's Disney math at its finest.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's the beauty. So you'll have Old Key West, Troy, right? That you can do 11 months, and then I'm sure you've done amounts of the research. So then you got the 7-month window for the rest, and you'll be surprised. Like for your September trip, you might find something great even right now. I mean, I will say a lot of times it'll be Old Key West and Saratoga. Those two seem to be the most available, but now you have the whole catalog of Disney Vacation Club resorts, man. You're gonna have so much fun, man. I love
can't
it.
wait.
Congratulations.
But see, here's the sad thing. I'm a little sad. Troy's one of my great guests over at the Magic for Less, and now he's DVC. No, I'm happy for you, brother. I get it. I'm happy for you. I love it. No, it's good. It's all good. I love it.
Listen,
it's
Mike,
fine.
those points only go so far.
Hey.
And I love me some Caribbean beach, so you're gonna have to still hook me up.
I got you. Hey,
stays
Mike,
here and
I'm a
there.
great example of that.
That's what I was just gonna say. Some of my best guests are DVC members because guess what? The points always run out.
You darn tootin',
Indeed they
especially
do.
the way I'm going to probably burn through them. In fact, I was thinking, oh man, I'm going to call in and tell Mike, I'm not going to be booking Marathon with this weekend. I'm sorry.
No, I'm always happy for my friends, man. I am so excited for you because I've been following this and I've learned so much like over this whole because I mean, we have, if you don't know, over in the Discord, over the BRGS Podcast Clubhouse channel, we have a DVC channel. And I don't know a lot about DVC because we can't book it at the Magic for Less, so I don't deal with that. And I've just been following the conversations, and I have learned so much because of the questions you're asking and all the members that are kind of walking a few people through this process. Like Kelly up in Canada. Oh my gosh, I've learned a ton. It's crazy.
The best people over there. And so this is a funny story, and I'll get off here so you can get some more callers in. So you talk about fire sale, right? So all these stars aligned. My guide called me and says, "Hey, those points you wanted became available at Key West if you want them." I said, "Let's do it. Let's do it right now." I went and got the Disney Chase card out. I said, "Let's put it on here so just to get the front door so I can get those points. So I can pay for my annual pass." And then what happens? Every smoke alarm in my house goes off, and I can't hear myself think. So one of my smoke alarms shorted out, and all 8 of them are going off, and I can't figure out which one it is. The fire department shows up. I'm on a ladder trying to unplug fire detectors. I got the DVC guy on the phone. "Hold on, I'm going outside. Hold on, I'm going outside." So it was this whole production. And so I had to disconnect and call her back like an hour later, and we finally got through it. But it was quite the experience. And of course, the neighbors were outside. "Why is the fire department at Troy's house?" So, but yeah, it was that was a lot of fun. But
It was your Disney Visa smoking from the charge, is what it was.
very well may have been. You're right.
Troy, I want to bring up one other thing though too. Like, I don't know if this has ever been on your radar. One of the best trips we ever taken and one of the best values of our DVC was going to Aulani. So I don't know if Hawaii is on your radar or even like Vero Beach or Hilton Head. So just think outside of even the Disney parks, there's some great destinations you can use those points for.
I hadn't Hawaii was not on my on my list until I bought in, because it's really not that bad of a point exchange. Just got to get there. But that's definitely on the radar now. I've heard a lot of great things.
Yeah.
About
getting
Aulani.
there is definitely the hard part. But the value of points,
getting there is the tough
is right
part,
up there.
It's a long swim.
Yeah, it is.
Well, hey guys,
seriously
listen,
though,
I appreciate you. I'm enjoying the call. I
congratulations.
just want to call in and say, hey, I'm with you, Scotty G. I'll see you at Old Key West, and you guys have a good night.
Hey, you'll see me there too. I'm not DVC, but you know what? That doesn't keep me out of that place because I love Old Key West. So I'll see you
let's
there
have
too.
a meal at Olivia's, meet at the Gurgling Suitcase. Like, we'll have a grand old time at Old Key West.
Yes.
I guarantee
it's the retirement home, right?
We got to have a toast to the Gurgling Suitcase to celebrate.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Tell Christina congratulations.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Take care.
Mike, Scotty. We'll talk to you guys later.
Hey,
Have a
stay
good
safe down there too. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
All right. That's awesome.
Mike,
Man,
sorry I keep
he's so
turning my
happy.
camera off. I had that delay, so I'm hoping it catches up soon. But.
That's all right. Dude, we're good. It's just it's special effects. All right, we have our next call. Who's joining us? Have you bought into DVC tonight?
Hey, is this Mike?
This is Mike. Who's this?
Mike, this is Nick Horvath in Denver, Colorado. How are you?
Hey, Nick. Good. Did you buy DVC this evening and have a fire department come to your house?
I did not. If I would have did that, I would. The last thing I had to worry about was the fire department. I'd have to worry about my wife.
That's true. That is true. If I told, it'd be the police department because there'd be a murder. But
Mike, you want to know something funny? So me and Nick, me and Nick know each other through Wade. So Wade and Nick used to be co-workers. They're really great friends. And then Wade introduced me to Nick. We chat. We have each other's phone numbers. We exchange Christmas cards. Mike, we have never met in person. Isn't that funny?
Scott knows everybody. Scott is just the nicest guy in the world, so it doesn't surprise me one bit.
It's the magic of Disney, but it's definitely the magic of Wade Anderson.
It's true.
Exactly.
I know. Who says Cornhuskers can't be nice? I mean, come on now.
Exactly. And Scotty G, I just want to let you know I've got a little Nick's mix on ice, and I'm giving you an air toast right now.
All right. I do not have Nick's mix. I have a different drink, but I'm giving you the air toast as well. So you have a you have a trip. Well, it's not really a trip, right? It's like a day, right, that you're doing at Magic Kingdom, if I recall.
I do. So I'm actually going to be in Orlando for a work trip. I'm going down there for the National Franchise Expo for work. And I wasn't going to go. I was trying to hold out to do Disney. I'm a Disneyland lover, and I was trying to hold out for Thanksgiving, but you're in Orlando. You got to go to Disney World. So I decided about a month ago to go ahead and book one day at the Magic Kingdom. And you guys know how that is. You can't do just one day. I'm there for 4. What am I going to do the other 3 days? So Friday evening, I went ahead and booked a one-day ticket add-on for Epcot. So I haven't been to Walt Disney World since COVID. In 2021, I did a really great Costco trip stayed at the Swan Dolphin. Of course, the crowds weren't crazy back then. So I have a rental car. I'm staying off property. And I'm kind of thinking and debating the over-under for driving to the park and parking in the lot or doing Uber, and just kind of what makes more sense. So Saturday night, Sunday night, I'm going to go to just Disney Springs and, of course, try to sneak into the boathouse and do a couple other things. But, the question I have is it worth it to drive and park, or should I just go ahead and Uber? And then I also do have a Tuesday morning breakfast reservation at BOMA.
Oh.
So my question is about the parking. Am I going to be able to park at Animal Kingdom, or should I just Uber?
I'm trying to think. So you're staying at Swan and Dolphin?
No, that was the last time I
okay.
was in Disney World. I stayed at the Swan Dolphin. So this time I'm staying off property. It's a work trip, so I'm actually staying in a Marriott property outside.
Okay.
So I have a rental car and I'll be driving. So I don't know if it's going to make more sense to park at the parks, or if I should just Uber.
That way you wouldn't have to. If you Ubered, you wouldn't have to pay to park, but you got to pay to take the Uber. It just depends. I'm trying to think how much.
Exactly.
I thought Nick was too, like, I know you're a guy like lives the lifestyle, having a good time. So almost taking the Uber like gives you like that cushion, like, hey, I can have a really good time at Boathouse now because I'm going to have a car like driving me home. You know what I mean? So like, I think there's some benefit to that.
True.
And the parking savings too, right? I mean, it might be like a wash, but at least with the parking too, they can get you a little bit closer than if you were parking yourself, because you're going to be out in the middle of nowhere when you park yourself. Whereas they'll kind of park you, they'll drop you off a little bit closer, which is always nice in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. And then I was thinking too, the park closed, Epcot surprisingly closes early on Friday night. So you know how it is. You don't want to go home and sit in hotel rooms. I'm like, well, what if I want to go resort hop or whatever? Would it just make more sense to just Uber and maybe take some of the transportation, get on a bus or a boat and go check one of the resorts out or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. I
That's
would
a great
leave
point.
Epcot and take a bus or a boat to another resort, hang out there, go to a lounge or something, like
Yeah.
just walk around the grounds and then maybe Uber from there.
Yeah.
Because it might be easier to even pick you up from a resort, honestly.
That totally sells it, because then you're not tied to the car. Like you could just go anywhere and just grab the Uber from wherever you end up, wherever the night ends. Just boom, hit the button and go back. Yeah, I'd do Uber.
I like it.
And now for your other question about BOMA, like if you have a reservation, you absolutely can park there. So you just pull up, Nick, and you go to the guard shack. You'll go to the left where you want to speak to a cast member because your Magic Band won't let you in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you just tell them, hey, I'm Nick, got a reservation for BOMA, and they'll just let you right in. Now the Animal Kingdom parking, like you might have to park a little bit of a ways. It's just like one giant parking lot basically, but that will be definitely the way to go if you have the rental car for sure.
Yeah, and I'll have my suitcase too, so I'll throw it in there. So the next question I have too is it worth, I'm a Disneyland guy, and Mike, how much you love Genie Plus at Disneyland.
It's perfect.
Is it worth it at Magic Kingdom?
So then I'll let Scott jump in on this. I've bought it one time at Walt Disney World. The only day I've bought it one time at Walt Disney World. The only day I bought it was because my oldest daughter, who's 27 now, she was there and she hadn't been to Walt Disney World, kind of like you, for a long time. Like I go frequently, so it's not a big deal. I have an annual pass, but she hadn't been since like the COVID reopening. She was going to be there one day before we went on a cruise, kind of like you, not there very often. She had one day. And she hadn't seen Rise of Resistance. She hadn't seen Toy Story Land. She hadn't seen anything. So we went to the studios and we just blew it out for one day. So if you want to have like one blowout day at the Magic Kingdom and you want to do everything, yeah, buy it that day. Especially because there's only one person. Yeah, I would say for one person one day and you want to do a lot, yeah, it's worth it.
For sure.
Yeah. But I'm not
it is going to be just you, right, Nick? Like none of the family's with you, right?
No, it's just going to be just me, solo trip, and I love solo tripping. I've done many solo days at both World and Land. So,
and one of the tricky things with Genie Plus is if you have a large group, right, trying to get like 5 or 6 people onto a reservation, but being solo, that's going to be an advantage for you too. Mm-hmm. Even with Disney Plus, you should be, or Genie Plus. Why does Disney have so many pluses?
Everything's plus, right? I know.
But that should not be a problem. I would highly recommend it, especially for Magic Kingdom, Nick. Like that's kind of like a no brainer for me for sure.
Oh yeah, and then I definitely want to hit Tron, and they don't open till 9, so I'll be on Denver time, so I'll be up bright and early. So
there we go.
Yeah, you'll get a ton done with it. Because, I mean, the thing is, it'll put you at every advantage that you can have that day. And being solo, you're definitely going to move twice as fast as groups and families and stuff like that. Yeah. Totally. I'd buy it.
So, Nick, I
fantastic.
have a random question. Did you say something about a Thanksgiving trip? Like, were you going down there for Thanksgiving?
Down to Disneyland.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Because I'm going to be at World over Disneyland.
Yeah, we're going to be going.
Like, oh my gosh, are you going to be there at World for Disneyland too? I mean, for Thanksgiving, because I'll be there. But guess we'll have to meet another time.
No, we're going to do Disneyland. I've actually done quite a few Thanksgivings at Disneyland. Storytellers Cafe Thanksgiving dinner is awesome.
Oh.
It's a lot of fun. So I love to do that on Thanksgiving Day. And actually, the parks aren't too bad on Thanksgiving Day. And you do just a quick 3 days, and it's a really fun way to get the holiday in.
Yeah. My first Disneyland trip was over Thanksgiving. Who knows? We might have been there at the same time.
Oh, probably.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like you got a great plan. I'm really excited for it. Like, Mike, aren't you kind of jealous? Like I get jealous of like those people that haven't been there for like 2 or 3 years, and like they get to experience all the new things. Like Nick hasn't done Guardians or Tron.
I know.
I mean, you will be missing a food festival. It's weird. Like Epcot won't have a festival going on, but that'll still be awesome hanging out at Epcot for sure.
Yeah. See it in its natural state.
Yeah, no, and Epcot actually not having a festival going is a little bit of an anomaly. So it's just hitting an odd pocket, that's for sure.
Right.
Lots going on there. It's beautiful too, especially at night. It's got a lot going on. You're gonna have a good time. I'm just like Scott said.
Looking forward to it.
Well, have fun, and thanks for calling in. And don't be a stranger. Give us a holler and let us know how it goes.
All right, will do. Thanks, fellas. Have a good one.
Hey, it's great to talk to you. Thanks for calling in.
All right, back at you. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, 407-413-9395. Give us a call. Bob's got a question. Flying for the first time next spring. We always drove before. We were just thinking about how we will miss hitting the Florida Welcome Center rest area, among others, when driving down from Michigan. Is there something similar at MCO that we always need to see or get a picture at? There's something, the Traveler. People like to get their picture with the Traveler at MCO. If you don't know who the Traveler is, he's this. Just Google him. I think that's what he's called, is the Traveler. But it's this lifelike piece of art guy that he's like wore out, and he's in a glass case. And the first time I saw him, I thought he was real, for real. Like, and everybody gets their picture with him. He's just like a wore out, tired Traveler guy. That's what I do. Yep. But no OJ.
And the other thing, I don't understand the hype behind it, but I know MCO has a great Twitter account, and they talk about it all the time. Is people love taking a photo of the carpet.
Yeah, I thought you were just gonna dog on the airport in general.
No. Like I
get it. It's not.
I gotta be positive, even though that is like my least favorite airport. But it takes you to your most favorite place. That's what's so weird about it. But like, so I know people love the carpet, and honestly, I would love if MCO sent us some carpet socks, right, Mike? I mean,
I keep asking when they do the social media thing, but I'm getting no love. I wish.
Right.
I don't wear socks.
But there's no other real thing there I can't think of, right? Like, I love your answer for the Traveler because that thing is epic. And they moved it recently. I'm trying to remember where it is, but
they did.
Yeah, Bob. If you just Google it, they should tell you like which terminal or where to go to see it.
I was trying to think because it used to be kind of like right where like at Southwest when you came like right where the security was, and he was kind of right to the right there. But I think they've moved him down more towards the food court. I think that's the last time I saw him.
The Traveler gets around apparently.
He does. Right? I think he was down by the Chick-fil-A, like the food court with like the. Is there more than one food court? Because it's pre-security. There's that food court that has. It's one that has like the Cinnabon and the Chick-fil-A and.
That might be the only one. Well, actually, there might no. Because I've gone down further where like I went to like a macaroni grill or some weird place before. Because I just kept going.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting to pick you up. That was when we did the Give Kids the Roll thing. I got there like an hour before you, and I was like, "What am I gonna do for an hour?"
Yeah, because sometimes there's a super long line on the other like side. I don't know. I guess that's international flights or something. I'm like, whew, I'm glad I'm not going to that side
Oh
of the
yeah,
airport.
yeah, you're right. Yep.
Oh man, sometimes those lines are long.
Well,
over
Bob,
there.
excited for. I think Bob's in the Discord. He's been talking about this trip, like super excited. Yeah, and they're going to be flying instead of driving. I'm telling you, getting the destination is fun when you drive, right, Mike? But it's the drive home, like where you're happy that you have a flight.
It is, and I like flying, like because I didn't fly forever. So flying, like when I saw your picture this morning or this afternoon of you like taking
Yeah.
off from Detroit, like that gets me pumped. Because I mean, even though you're going on a work trip, like it's just exciting to
Oh, it's so
travel.
exciting. I love airports. Like, and when you come to Nashville too, like there's so I think it's called Tootsie's. It's like on Broadway, but they have a Tootsie's in the airport too, where they always have a live musician playing in there. You just get welcomed by the country music when you land. It's kind of cool.
I've actually landed in Nashville one time because we got diverted coming home from Florida. We were literally, I mean, we could almost see our airport, but we were coming down and we were low. And dude, a big old thunderstorm came on, and I was watching. Of course, I watch all the telemetry on my phones because I just want to know what's going on. And I was like, "Is he going to try to go through this thing?" Because it was coming in from the west, and I was like, it was like a race to the ground. Like I was like, that thing's going to hit that. The thing's going to come over the airport before we get down. And I was like, is he going to try to like get us down before that thing comes over the airport? Because we live right by the airport. I was like, man, this is going to be close. And all of a sudden, those engines were back up. Well, we were like a rocket going straight. I felt like we were going straight back up. Dude, they took us all the way to Nashville. And the thing was, like, Paige had to be at work. Like, we were like cutting it close. So she had to be back to Chicago. Mallory had to be to cheer practice. And they're like freaking out, like, where are we going? I'm like, I don't know where we're going. I was like, we're not going to St. Louis. She's like, I was like, maybe Chicago? I don't know. They were talking about maybe landing us in Springfield, Illinois. I was like, Springfield didn't even have a big airport. I was like, I don't know where we're landing there. We ended up in Nashville. And all they had to do was like, we landed, they put gas in the plane. We never got off. They just like put gas in it. And by that time that they put, because we were running out of gas, I guess. And so by the time they put gas in the plane, we took right back off and came back because the storm had passed. And then we landed. But it was the craziest thing. I'd never been like in a situation.
We never
like
stepped foot in Nashville. You were just sat on the plane.
No, but yeah, I've been to the airport. Yeah, for like probably 30 minutes. The splash and dash. It was pretty cool. Anyway, 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. We got about 10 minutes left in the show. You want to talk about these POV videos that Disney's putting out for Tiana's Bayou Adventure? Are you avoiding them? Like, I don't know, Jake Paul taking on Tyson whenever that happens. I feel sorry for that guy when he gets in there. It's not going to be pretty. I think he got lucky, maybe. He should back out. Maybe fate intervened. What else do we got going on? I mean, so the Country Bears. We saw that they're going to have some, I like the way the new outfits. I mean, it doesn't look like the Bears look that different. So the music's going to be a little different, but the aesthetics of the attraction look pretty similar. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I shared my thoughts. I mean, I know I'm Mr. Positive here, but like, I just love the original Country Bears, and it just pains me because we talk about IP and all that, and like, to me, it just seems like it's just gonna be a Disney sing along, which is fine, but like, I just hate that we're losing something that was so original to the parks, but you know me, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go in with an open mind. I'm gonna like it. I'm not a big country music fan, but gosh, I love those Country Bears, man. I was always stomping my feet and clapping my hands when I was in Bear Hall, man. It was so great.
For real. All right, we have our next call. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, Mike, it's Thomas Perk from Cleveland. How you doing?
Hey, Thomas. Hey, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. What's going on?
Yeah, well, not much. Figured I'd just call in, finish up dinner, wash the dishes while I'm watching you guys. So all done, I'll call.
I appreciate
an exciting Sunday night.
Sounds about as exciting as my nights are usually around here.
Yeah. Well, I did have reserve duty today, so the weekend was kind of shot. Didn't get to do anything fun.
Oh, well.
It's all good.
We appreciate that.
I think I'm down to like 80 days until my cruise, something like that. I don't know. I got to look.
So how are you? Did you hear the beginning of the show? Like, I'm in this 30-day thing where I just can't, I'm obsessed, and there's nothing I can really do there's nothing left to do. Like, I can't pack. I can't get the suitcases out. I just have to kind of sit. I'm ready. I don't know what to do.
So I'm kind of in that. I feel you, Scott. I put on a couple of pounds. I have to figure out my packing. I don't want to pack too soon. I might have to go buy a couple more shirts. So But yeah, my biggest thing with 30 days out is I'm constantly going on the website and checking out the rooms. What's available? Could I get an upgrade? Is there something better? Is there something a little cheaper?
Well, see, here's my my blessing
yeah.
and my curse. Here's my thing is like being a travel agent. Like we get travel agent rates, right? But there's so much red tape with getting these rooms. You have to like take a picture of your travel agent card and you have to submit it to Disney, and they have like 5 days. They either approve it or deny it, and you got to type in on this ancillary site all this extra information. This is for a 1-night reservation. My first reservation got denied because I put the wrong number next to the stupid thing. I was like, denied? Disney, do you know how many trips I booked for you for one? I'm just wanting to discount on 1 night at Old Key West and a 1 night. I was so mad. And then I was like, oh, I put the wrong number. And so then I had to rebook the stupid thing. They refunded my money. Because I didn't get it. And then it got approved yesterday. But I'm just like, so that keeps me away from that situation, right? Because I'm just like, I got it yesterday. I'm like, woohoo! But I'm not changing it because it's too much work. But I get it, right? But the thing is, like, I got exactly what I want. Like, I mean, for what we're doing, just a pool day, just like. The way I'm looking at it is it's like a port day to start the cruise, right? I mean, we're going to have a pool day. We're going to have a good meal at Old Key West. I mean, it's like a Florida port. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Well, I could be a travel agent's worst nightmare. And you booked my cruise, which is probably, and my rooms. That's probably why I haven't switched. I don't want to be emailing you every 10 days saying, hey, check this out. But yeah, we're doing we're doing Port Orleans before the cruise. That's a nice pool day, followed by the Poly.
Yep.
When we get back.
Not wrong. Yeah.
But that's why one of the things I wanted to talk about was, I echo Scott. Poly is what we fell in love with, with Disney when we stayed at the Polynesian at one time, back in 2019, and I love it, and I'm really looking forward to the tower. But one of like the negatives that Scott said, it could get crowded there, and I'm very curious what's going to happen. Once they put all those people in the rooms, that's kind of that's the only thing that I'm hesitant about that new tower.
Yeah, obviously I am too. Like it does worry me, like, because it is so crowded. The Great Ceremonial House, granted, you'll have like a whole different lobby for the new tower, but then people are going to want to visit and see that. And then the food, the dining situation, like the food, like the transportation, like how's that monorail going to work when you have the monorail is already crazy and you're going to add that many more guests? Like, I don't know, Thomas, it makes me a little nervous. It sounds like it's doing the same to you.
Well, yeah. And in the boats, see, I love the boats.
Yes.
I didn't, like when we go to Magic Kingdom, we always would take the boat. And that's a tiny boat. There's not a lot of room for us.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
The Poly and the Grand Floridian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they need to bring out that big boat that they use for the Wilderness Lodge, maybe. Like they're going to have to maybe upgrade the boat size.
See, that takes away. I mean, again, you're right. Practically, that's what they need to do, but it takes away the ambiance and the feel, right? I mean, it's a downgrade in the experience if you do that.
Right.
To me, the little boats are cool.
Because they're like 20 to 25 people max.
Right.
Those things.
That's a cool thing.
Cute.
Yeah,
like you
great.
change the feel. Yeah.
I mean, they could maybe not split it with the Grand Floridian, and that might help.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. Other than that,
maybe they're going to helicopter you in or something. I don't know.
Helicopter. Chopper.
Chopper. I think they tried
that. You can't fit many people on those either. So that was a dumb solution.
It is one of those things. I mean, because like on a smaller scale, you feel that at Coronado, right? Because they did not add any pools, but they built the Grand Destino Tower. And so Scott was telling me when he was staying there over spring break, right? He's like, dude, check out the pool. There's like, you guys rope dropped the pool one day. And he said, like, 10 minutes after the pool opening, all the chairs were gone. And I was like, at Coronado, all the chairs were gone in 10 minutes. But I mean, there's a lot more people there now at the tower than there used to be in the days pre-tower.
And I think there's going to be a Polynesian pool, like Thomas, right? I think from the artist rendering, I think I see a pool there.
I haven't heard anything about a new pool, which is, I think they're planning on a restaurant, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure they're going to do that because that's revenue.
Well, that view, like if they do like how they've done at Topolino's and Toledo at Coronado, like a California grill, that's going to be outstanding, right? Like that has like a direct like head-on shot of the castle. I mean, they'll be just losing money if they don't put a restaurant up there.
Oh yeah, well, I mean fireworks packages, like that would be. I'd just take my wallet.
Yeah, they're going to do
Basically.
stuff that's a revenue source, for sure.
Yeah.
Who knows? They'll probably have I could see them doing like a top of the world that they do at Bay Lake almost, right? Like a DVC member lounge or something up there. I haven't even thought about that until I just said it now, and like I'm loving that idea.
Yeah.
An upgraded Trader Sam's experience.
There you go.
Oh, actually, that would be cool. Make Trader Sam's like really big, kind of, and then have a nice outside part. Yeah, just like they do at the Disneyland Hotel.
Like a Tangaroa Terrace
expand
kind
it,
of like thing, like because Tangaroa Terrace to me is kind of like it's like Trader Sam's
Trader
adjacent.
Sam's Part B.
Yeah, it's like Trader Sam's adjacent. Yeah, kind of like that.
And they kind of have that. The one in Florida, they have an outside area, but yeah, I mean, even today,
they do, but it's not as cool as the inside.
For sure. Yeah, the Disneyland one and the Disneyland Terrace is way better too. But
yes, it is. Yeah, I actually enjoyed that a lot. But I don't now, Scott, if they make it DVC only, then I think I'm going to have to finally break down and buy DVC behind my wife's back, even though that's not probably advisable.
I mean, you just heard Troy.
Yeah,
today,
call
like,
Troy, dude. Apparently, if you buy DVC like that, the firemen come to your house and smoke alarms start going off. There's something that didn't happen by accident. I don't think stuff starts happening immediately, spontaneously. Alarms go off. So I'm just be careful.
Yeah. Okay.
I
will. I'll use it as a distraction.
Yes, apparently.
Why is the fire department here? I don't know, but we have a DVC contract.
And I mean, Troy works in law enforcement, so I mean, he's got it all under control. But I bet it was like a 3-ring circus during that purchase. It had to have been crazy.
So Thomas, it sounds like you're not DVC. I know Mike's not DVC. So let me ask you this question: how do you feel about exclusive DVC lounges like the Top of the World? Like, do you think that's right for them to exclude non-DVC guests like that, or do you wish there was like more experiences for everybody? I'm just curious what you think.
So like at Walt Disney World, I don't really mind it. I mean, you guys are obviously super hardcore fans. You invested a lot of money into the property. You should have your own space. And, it's not like that much is excluded from us. You have, your little, it's a club, DVC, Disney Vacation Club. You should have a place that you're around like-minded people and, bear the fruits of your investment. So, and the beauty, I think if this was,
and the beauty of that, DVC members love to brag about their DVC, right? So there's nothing better than bringing a friend that's not DVC, like, hey, like I've done it with Mike and Pam, like, hey, you guys want to see the cool DVC lounge? Let's head up. Like there's nothing like more cool than that when you're a DVC member. Because like Mike, you're still thinking about that cake.
Oh my God. Yeah. Top of the World. I've been there a few times and I'm not DVC. No, I agree. I agree exactly. Like it's totally cool. Now I like that they're always tucked away in the DVC resorts, right? So it's not like in your face. Now, if they turn Columbia Harbor House into a place that only DVC members could eat, like I'd be ticked. You know what I'm saying? Like that wouldn't be cool. Like I can't get my, just counter service food in the Magic Kingdom. Now that wouldn't be cool. But like,
that's
what at the top of a DVC.
I was worried about with Club 33, which I still don't like Club 33 being at Walt Disney World. That just feels like it should be a Disneyland exclusive thing. But it is kind of weird that all the parks have a Club 33, but it's not really in your face because like honestly, even as a Disney podcaster, like I can't even tell you where they all are. That's how like secluded they are.
That's fine. Like it's there's just some things that are just, there are always going to be things in my life that are above me, and that's just where I am in my life and I'm content. You know what I'm saying? Like I will never be in Club 33 and I'm fine with that. Like it's fine. Like,
and as Thomas said, the beautiful thing is we have all these other amazing offerings. Like just because there's a couple DVC lounges doesn't like impact a visit at
exactly.
all. Right.
I got plenty to do.
Right. I mean, like if you half the restaurants on property were DVC only, that would be another conversation.
Now, if they turn
But-
Olivia's, yeah, then we're throwing down.
The crippling suitcase.
Scott will just have to go down with you every time.
No, we're throwing
Right,
down because I got it. Nope, that is not happening.
I'll be happy to be your +1 for these things. Yeah, or you can be my +1. Yes.
Oh, that can't happen. Hey, we appreciate the call, and you have a restful rest of the weekend, and do something besides the dishes for the rest of the night. Do something fun.
All right, I will. I'll tell my wife myself.
All right, we'll see you later. Have a great week. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye. All right, well, Scotty G, that is going to put a wraps on another BOGP open line. Live from Nashville this week.
Live from Nashville. Looks like my internet connection is a little choppy. I knew that was going to be an issue because I tried to upload the latest vlog mic and I couldn't even do it. Like my upload speed was too slow. So I was worried about the podcast. But we survived it, right? We made it through.
We made it through. You sounded fine. The video's a little choppy, but it's okay because we're a podcast. We always go for audio first. That's what I always say. And we got it done. We got the calls in. We had great content. And that was what it's fun. We had fun talking to our listeners. And that's the bottom line. So thanks for tuning. Thanks for hauling all the stuff all the way down to the great state of Tennessee and for taking time out of your work vacation, your work trip to make this happen for us tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was a pleasure as always. I didn't want to miss another episode because I know you and I have some travels coming up. The Sunday night shows are a lot of, every episode we do is fun in its own way. And I always say whichever episode I'm recording is my favorite. But right now, the Sunday Night Live show is my favorite, and I'm glad we got to get it done today.
I love these two. These are my favorite too because you just get to open the phone lines and just
we bring
fun.
the listeners in.
I know
So
this is my. I do love these things. All right, well, we are going to jump out of here, but don't forget all these shows brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. You know what to do. Come by the website over at themagicforless.com. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure, whether it's to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney. No additional cost to you. Check them out today over at themagicforless.com. When you do all that shopping for the knickknacks and stuff for your trip 30 days out or 300 days out, it doesn't matter. Please use our Amazon affiliate link like I had to do when I bought my little pop socket wallet case thing, which is really handy. It's pretty cute. I used it when I went to the grocery store today. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys are the best. You make all this possible so we can do these shows so many times each week. It's patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. And you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Today, I talked about memories from childhood, having breakfast and all the breakfasts that my mom used to make and favorite childhood breakfast cereals, stuff like that. My grandma made a secret breakfast item that sometimes we had for dinner. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but it was kind of, I just want to get your feedback on that if you're a patron. So let us know. Again, patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. $5 a month, all it takes, and it really helps support the show. Give Scott a follow. He is putting out the vlog. He can't upload it, but he's going to, I bet you he gets it uploaded somehow. I bet you he finds some Wi-Fi or something. I just know how Scott is. Scott will find Wi-Fi in the lobby or something. I bet you
in the lobby or in the office on Monday. Like I feel like I'm going to bring my work and personal laptop to the office and get it done.
He's going to find it. I promise you that will be up there. Must see adventures. You got to check this one out. It's his adventures from just 1 week ago as he came down to Southern Illinois to Edwardsville, Illinois, around Route 66, big rainstorms, roadside attractions, Edwardsville and the Airbnb. It's going to be all the kinds of fun. So check it out. So follow Scott, Epscott, EPSCOT on all the socials. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike. We always hang out over in the clubhouse, beourguestpodcast.com/Discord. If you're not there, please come on over and have some fun with us. Troy, basically bought his DVC on there over the past 48 hours. It was wild. What went down over there. It's just so much fun.
I just couldn't believe it, Mike. He's just asking all these questions, talking about it. Dr. L's in there. Like all of us are talking. And then boom, he calls in tonight. Yep. It's a done deal.
Seriously. I know. Dr. D, he's like, he's giving him all the advice. Boom. He's welcome home. Crazy. So anyway, great. I just love following this stuff. It's wild. I love our family, man. You guys are the best. We are all a little crazy, and that's why I love you guys, because we're all just a little crazy. Okay, well, we're gonna get out of here. Scott's gonna go check out Nashville. I'm just gonna go upstairs, and the Cardinals are beating the Phillies. What do you know? So I'm gonna see if this can actually happen on national TV on the Game of the World. But we'll be back again tomorrow with some great shows. So join us around 5:30 Eastern. Pam is gonna join me. And we'll have some great shows. So until then, for Scotty G, I'm Mike. You guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.